Hello everyone, this is my first video in a while, so thanks for joining me. Today, if you couldn't tell, we're going to talk about some rocks. And I collect rocks on most of my travels, so we've got some from all over the place. And this has been going on for several years now, so there's quite a variety, and you can see that it's mixed and matched and separated by the location. So we've got some that are from the Gulf Coast, Florida, Alabama, and some from the other regions of the Midwest, inland, and places like Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. And that's where we're going to go today. We're going to go up to the UP, to the Upper Peninsula. We're driving, and on the right side here is Lake Huron, and on the left side is Lake Michigan. We are crossing the Straits of Mackinac on the Mackinac Bridge. It is a 5-mile suspension bridge. It used to be one of the largest of its kind. Once you cross the bridge, you are officially in the Upper Peninsula. And here is Lake Michigan in the beautiful Upper Peninsula. And there's some rocks here by the beach. This is mostly the landscaping rock. But if you look close, you can see there's other rocks, see the natural local rocks. And I don't know the names of many of them. When I was little, these used to be covered in moss and algae and were gross. So it's kind of neat that we're able to check out the rocks here. And I want to be clear that at this point we're not collecting any rocks. We are just out on the beach. There's a significant storm going on. We're just out looking at the rocks and checking out to see what is going on. Most of these are just landscaping rocks, and we never want to remove those sort of things because of erosion. You can see there's already a significant amount of water coming down because of the rain. The rain really isn't bad. You can't really tell in the video, but there is a light, misty, rainy storm going through right now. But as I'm looking around, you can see that there's even fossils in this landscape stone. They're kind of interesting on their own. And everywhere you look, there's something. Everything is something. Over here, there's some bivalve fossils in the rock, and it's just really curious. And the rain helps because it's all wet and you can see. And down here, there's some coral fossilized, some crystal in there, a leaf. It's just fun to go and see all of the natural elements here. And in between, you can see there's all the little rocks that are the natural lake rocks that are in between. And sometimes there's little bits of treasure in there. This is a fossil. I believe it's a horn coral fossil, a coral of some sort. And I just like to look. And other things, I'm not really sure what they are. Maybe some conglomerate, maybe some limestone with some iron that has stained it. But I'm not really collecting right now. I'm just making piles, letting the kids look, and then we redistribute it back on the beach. We aren't here to find anything that's necessarily valuable or anything that we want to take home. We're a little more choosy. We could take home all the rocks on the beach because they're all pretty neat looking, but there's definitely a limit, and I believe it's about 25 pounds per year per person. But at this point, the weather's okay, but there's definitely a storm coming, so we are going to get out of the rain. And we are out of the rain, but we're back at my parents' house, and you can see they have been collecting for a while too. They have rocks from all over the Upper Peninsula, and this is years of collecting, and some of the good rocks, but maybe not their favorite rocks, are outside here, and there's just a lot to go through. Maybe it's genetic, but There's also years and years, I think they moved to this house in the late 80s, maybe 89, but they've been adding to their rock garden. They also dig stones out of their garden to make room for crops, and as they're clearing that out, they're also taking rocks from their garden and putting them up near their rock garden that you're looking at here. So there's just piles of rocks from all over. This one looks like it's got some copper in it, and there's definitely some fossils. It's a little bit overgrown on this side, but there's some cool stuff all over. It's almost like you can't move without seeing something that's really interesting. This one looks like it's from Superior. This one, I think I found this one when I was like 14, maybe not. I'll put it back where it is, let the worms go around it. This one I think would look cool in the tumbler. It's got some red in there, some fossily looking thing, conglomerate. Yeah, I wish I knew the names, but we're gonna start looking through here. I'm gonna help my parents choose. My good friend let me borrow her rock tumbler. She's awesome. And we're going to go through their rocks that they already have while I'm here and maybe put them through the tumbler and see if we can polish them up, because we definitely have some good specimens here. Even though I don't know their names, we can choose some that have some translucency and do some testing to see how hard they are. And there's enough here that we could probably find some that are the similar composition, even though we don't know their name. We can assume that if they're similar, they can be tumbled together for the same hardness. This one's kind of big, but it's got that cool crystal in it there. I don't know what it is. That might be good. But we're going to look through and find something for the tumbler. Oh, this one's bigger than I thought it was. That might be something that could go in there. I don't know. We're gonna put that one back and just kind of look through. This one's probably a little bit small, but it's got a nice quality to it. As we're going through, like I said, everything is something here, especially these have already been picked from somewhere else and are maybe not the most favorite of favorites, but we're new to tumbling, and maybe I've never actually used a real tumbler before, and I'm a little nervous about putting my parents' prized agates into the first tumble. So like I said, we're going to find some out here that are maybe a similar makeup material hardness. Maybe not the one with copper in it, but something that's quartz. Quartz is pretty hard. Maybe we can find some others that are similar and sort them, that we can do our best guess before we run the prized agates through. These could be a good option for us, especially since they've never done it either. We're very new to the tumbling game, but as you can see, they've been collecting rocks for years and years and years. So we've got some good candidates for the tumbler, and we'll see what we can figure out. I do have some other information that I'm reading through. I've got a couple books to help me out, and like I said, my friend let me borrow her tumbler. She has been a wealth of information and has also given me all kinds of documentation to go with the tumbler, and more than just that, identifying the rocks. Oh, look, it's a Petoskey stone. Cool. Rather than just identifying the rocks, we can see how to use the tumbler from the information she's given us and do our best to practice on some of these other rocks. I don't think that anything came from outside of the Upper Peninsula, but let's check out that first book. So we've got an excellent book here I ordered on Amazon. We're going to go read some books and tumble rocks. Thanks for joining me, and make sure to subscribe for more adventures rock hounding in the UP. Thanks. Bye.